Welcome back, All Day Pit Benny versus Minecraft Vanilla Java Edition. So here we are, back at the farm. I'm having some issues with the cow tipper catcher killer thingamabob. Our barbecue. That's what I'll call it, the barbecue. So I'm having issues with the barbecue. Let's take a peek. That's not the right view. That's not the right view. There we go. So I had to add some dirt blocks in there because man, you guys are being loud. Options, music and sounds, master volume, hostile creatures, friendly creatures. Let's take you down to 30%. Let's do that. Done. Back to game. All right. So obviously we're still getting baby cows in here, but the problem was they were getting into this 2-block crevice, this little drop down here, and the dispenser is only in the 1 block, so they were getting back behind here and not getting killed. The other issue I'm having is, oh, there's dirt in there. I believe that the wood button is actually too long of a pulse, and things are burning because I am not actually getting stuff from these. So, for example, let's look at this. Yeah, we'll do that, tick, blah, 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 it goes away, things go by. Oh, I think some of them got hurt too. And check down there, nothing. Nope, still nothing. So the pulse is too long, and instead of actually cooking things, it is destroying them. So that's an issue. So I may actually have to abandon this whole thing, because or do something ugly with this. I don't know. Love to find a way to build it and hide it, so maybe what I'll have to do is build something around here. I'll extend this out and put something fancy here. Who knows? That's a project for a future day. One of the things I was working on that I was hoping to show you guys was I was trying to find the crevice that I fell into last episode and died horrendously. But I've had troubles finding it. So I wanted to show you guys how far I had fallen, because when I was digging straight down, I actually managed to fall into water. So I fell thinking I was going to fall while I die while I was falling, only to manage to sneak and not sneak, but narrowly catch water, which saved me from taking all that fall damage, only to be, you know, slowly driven into a pool of lava, as you saw in the last episode. So I was going to try to find it so I could show you guys how far I'd fallen, but I've been unsuccessful. So I've done a modification down here in the mine, which is the other project I've been working on. So this is not the mine shaft. I've put this early fall in. Down here is our normal mine shaft where we were finding diamond. I have this one in here because for the blaze spawner killer area, we need to make some sticky pistons. So I need to find some slimes. So slime blocks are a fun little thing that have a 1 in 10 chance of occurring in each chunk. So a chunk has a 1 in 10 chance of being a slime chunk, where slimes will spawn below level 40 in any light level, which is nice, because you can actually find a slime chunk, light it up, and have only slimes form there. Now I did, what I've done, let's look at chunks. Shall we look at chunks before we look at slimes? Okay. So let's look at our interface here. So this is the, if you hit your F3 key on your keyboard, you can pop up all of this fun stuff. All the coordinates and entities and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of information on here. It's oh so fun to look at. Hey, you can see what my CPU is. If we look on the left-hand side, at the bottom, we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lines up is one that says light. So right now it says 11 bracket 0 sky, comma 11 block bracket. So what that means is the block I'm standing on right now has a light level of 11. 0 of that is from the sky, because we cannot see the sky right now, and 11 is from the block, because we of course have a torch here and a torch here and a torch here. So it has lots of light. If that light level drops, I believe if it's 7 or lower, then we are going to find that monsters will spawn there. Slimes, on the other hand, will spawn in any light level as long as you are below coordinates 40. coordinates. Let's look at, where are we here? Looking at the top right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the ninth line down, so just after that break, from the first paragraph is an XYZ coordinate. So that tells you how far down you are. So X being how far you are east-west, Z being north-south, and Y being up and down. So you can see that where it says 35.0000, as I jump, it changes to 36 point something or other. It goes back to 35. So that's telling me where my feet are. So my feet are currently touching layer 35. So 35, 36, 37. So what I've done is I've dug out a 3x3 area because that is what the large slimes need to spawn. I have also dug through several chunks to try and find what area is spawning slimes. So we're looking at our interface here. There's a lot of information here. So 2 more lines below the XYZ we were just looking at, we're looking at a line that says chunk. We're not talking about the Goonies here. Chunk. So chunk is several numbers. You can see 0, a 3, a 14, in 48, Z. I don't know what those ones mean. So the 0 tells us we're in block 0 of this chunk. As I move this way, you can see the 0, the first number changes to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then back to 0. So that tells me 0 is here. Let's go back over here. We're looking at our chunk coordinates. There's a lot on the screen to look at. So that's 0. So this chunk is actually that big. So 16 blocks by 16 blocks is a chunk. And a chunk is a section of the game that is based upon your world seed. So depending on what your world seed is, it will tell what chunks to generate what type of attributes. If you use that world seed in another world, if you copy it and paste it into your world seed when you start a new game, you will actually have exactly the same world. So what the chunk tells us is what is coded for this section. So let's look at, so that was that one. What if we do, I'm not sure what the 3 after that number is. So 0, 3, 13 at the moment. So if we look at the 13, there's a 0 right here. So this is the edge of another chunk. So let's do this. So that is there. That is there. So if we were to draw a line between these 2 torches I just put down, that would be one side of a block. A block that is 16 by 16 by 256 blocks tall. So it goes all the way from bedrock all the way to the top of the sky. We have a slime. Interesting. So it spawned there, but not here. I like the slimes. I should also mention we are in 1.13, so I've had to update the texture pack. We're still Chroma Hills. It took a while for Chroma Hills to come out with a new texture pack, or I just didn't look soon enough. And I like it. It's a lot of the same things, but they've added the new ocean texture stuff for all the new ocean stuff that has come in the new update. So I like the slimes. It's the first time I've seen the slimes in this texture pack, so that's pretty fun. What else do we... Well, I just saw that slime spawn here. So here's what we need to do. We need to find out where the spawn is sliming. Spawn is sliming? What is wrong with me? We need to find out where that slime is spawning. So we're going to look at our chunk coordinates. That's 0. I'm pretty sure that guy spawned right there. So that means I started digging this out thinking this was the slime chunk, but I think that is the slime chunk. So let's go dig that out instead. So why am I looking for a slime chunk? Well, first and foremost, bye-bye slime. That's exactly why I'm looking for it. Slime balls. Ooh, new recipes. What's the new recipe? The new recipe is exactly what I've been waiting for. Sticky piston. A piston and a slime ball makes a sticky piston. What's a sticky piston? Well, a sticky piston is a piston, much like a normal piston. It pushes and it pulls, except that the sticky piston, because it has a sticky side, any block you push to it will get pushed and pulled back. So it's a great way to kind of automate things. With the sticky piston, we need it in our blaze spawner because we'll put it behind the walls. When the blazes step on a pressure pad, it will push it'll engage the sticky piston, which will push the block out. It'll push the blaze off, so it will fall down to the next level. And then because it's sticky, it will pull that block back to itself. So that is exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to suggest that this is the slime chunk. Interesting. So before I get into that, too late. Let's finish looking at our chunks. So again, we're at 0 here. We're at 15 down there. So if we draw a line here and then another line 16 lines long, so we're looking at the third digit under chunk, 14 and 15 right there. So basically where this fence post is. So that is a chunk. So 16 by 16 down here, by 16 that way, by 16 across. It's a square. That is a tall rectangular column. So that is a chunk. And when you're looking at load times, you are looking at, example, let's go to video settings. Render distance, 16 chunks. So a chunk is a 16 by 16 block, and this is rendering 16 chunks. So that's going to be 8 chunks that way and 8 chunks that way. Sorry, I'm lying. That's going to be 16 chunks that way and 16 chunks that way, and so forth. By setting a greater or render distance, you don't have to worry about running into areas that are blank because the game is still trying to load that chunk. But the problem is you're loading more stuff that you're not actually seeing, which means your computer is working harder than it needs to. So that is what a chunk is. Why is a chunk important? Because we want to capture a slime chunk, which is what we've just done here. So I believe, do I still have that fencing? So what I'm doing is I am fencing this off because I want to try and, so that is 15, yes, that's 0, because I want to try and verify exactly which chunk is the slime chunk. That's 15, so I'll put that there. And the reason I want to do that is because we want to be able to collect slime balls. So if I can figure out which one is the slime chunk, we can set up a kill zone, and that kill zone will allow us to collect slime balls at will. We also get a bit of XP off the slimes, which is nice, and really the slime balls is what we're after because we can make some pretty cool apparatus with sticky pistons, and there's also slime blocks now. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say now. They've been out for a couple versions of software now, but for me they're new. I have not made a slime block, and they basically allow you to pull things. So your slime block can actually be used kind of like an anchor. So the sticky piston will push the slime block, and then when the sticky piston tries to retract, it will pull itself to the slime block. Then when it pushes, it'll push the slime block out, and then it'll pull itself back to the slime block. So the sticky piston will actually be motivating itself and moving across the terrain. So you can actually kind of make some funky little vehicles and stuff like that with them. So that's kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to trying some of that. As I said before, I'm looking forward to doing more redstone stuff on here. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to work on this, and we are going to try and prove that we can get slimes to come into this chunk. So slimes come in several sizes. They come in the 1x1 slime we just saw. They also come in a 2x2 and a 3x3. The 1x1 slimes cannot hurt you. I believe the 2x2s cannot hurt you either, but the 3x3s definitely can. When you hurt a 3x3, it breaks up into a bunch of 2x2s, and when, let's see, what's our light level here? 7, 6, 5, okay, I have to put some torches here. When the 2s break up, they produce a bunch of little 1s. So as you can find a 3, and you can actually break it up. Sorry, you can find a 3x3, you can break it up into some 2x2s and then some 1x1s, and the 1x1s will end up dropping the slime balls. So, and that's what we are after. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of that. We're going to put that there, and I'm going to spend some time away from here to try and get some slimes to spawn. So slimes will not spawn, from what I was reading on the wiki, slimes won't spawn within 20, you have to be 24 blocks away, but not more than 36. So I'm going to come up to here, my little crafting area, which is at XYZ, we're at Y64, and that was at 35, so, you know, We're not too far away, so hopefully there should be some slimes spawning in there. So I'm going to do some AFK here and see if they will spawn. Of course, the one problem I have is I'm out of time to record this week. So, because it took me so long to dig those tunnels and to try and find a slime, I had actually only seen one slime before that one that we killed. So now I need to go and put this on the internet because I am not willing to go 2 weeks without an episode, only if I extremely have to. So, short episode today, but it's better than no episode in my opinion. I'm hiding. Hello. Peekaboo. Alright, so, whoa, extreme close-up. So, we found a slime. I'm hoping that's a slime chunk. Next episode, we will look at whether I'm successful in that slime chunk and whether or not we can put it into a successful slime farm. We want to build trenches and water to basically corral all the slimes into one area where they can easily be killed and then harvest the slime balls. So, many videos on that on the internet already, but I will look at bringing you guys in on part of that process. The reason I've also gone down to only 35 is because I want to have that spawn killing area close to the base, because we will find a way to actually using item ejectors, as well as as well as looking at the we're going to make a conveyor belt, basically. We're going to use, whether we use ice or water or whatever, we're going to find a way to take the items and move them up to the top surface so that we don't have to go all the way down to a chest. So that's way in the future, though. So right now we're just looking to grab any kind of slime balls we can, because we want to be able to make some sticky pistons so we can get bunches of XP from our blaze farm. It's all about the blaze farm. All right, all. Again, sorry for not putting on an episode last week. Things kind of got away from me in life. And again, a little bit on this week. They've gotten away from me. So have fun. Have fun Minecrafting. If you liked the episode, hit the thumbs up. If you're enjoying the series, or if this is the first time you've seen a video of this series, feel free to go back and check out the other videos. Also, you can check out my other YouTube my other YouTube series, which is 8-Bit Benny versus the Ferret business. I'm actually pretty proud of the base I built in there, and there's a lot of fun stuff in that is modded Minecraft, not vanilla like this one, but it's still a lot of fun. Alright, all, have a good week, and I will see you all next time. See yas! Bye-bye. Oh, sounds like the sun just came out. Bye-bye, skeleton. Bye-bye.